Good morning, and welcome to the Motivational Devotional, where motivation and spirituality are merged for a daily dose of confident positivity and grounded spirituality. Let me share a few things with you that I hope will help you take on your day. Do you enjoy putting together jigsaw puzzles? I think it's probably not as popular as it once used to be, but I remember growing up with a card table in a corner of one room that almost always had the latest puzzle in progress on it. Puzzles were a popular Christmas gift in my family, and it was almost a contest to see who could gift the dastardliest, difficult thing to another. My younger sister sort of won that distinction one year by giving my older sister a 1,000-piece puzzle that was completely white. Think about your experiences in working with jigsaw puzzles. The easy ones go together with little effort. Although most of us won't remember them, we started as children on a puzzle with a few pieces. I had this wooden puzzle of a pumpkin with about 8 or 9 pieces that fit very specifically into the wooden background. For some reason, I can still remember struggling with it when I first got it about 3 years old, but I also remember getting to where I would dump it and try to put it back together faster than I did before. I guess I always have liked a challenge. If you've done the 6 or 9-piece puzzles with children, you had to sit patiently while they figured out how to put the pieces together. At least, I hope you were patient. What to you seemed simple was a great challenge to that bright mind that had never met that challenge before. In no time, though, most children will learn to work it quicker than most adults, and instead of just working the same puzzle over and over, we can challenge a child's brain development by giving them increasingly complex puzzles. You don't jump from a 9-piece to a 1,000-piece, but you do baby steps. With this one practice, you can teach patience, imagination, problem solving, and using the mind to visualize how things fit together. Even as adults, when we've advanced up to the 1,000-piece and larger puzzles, it doesn't matter how many times we take them apart and work them. We aren't going to put them together with the swiftness we would have if we went back and zipped out the old 9-piece children's puzzle. The onlooker, who might have been patient with the child doing the simple puzzle, is drawn into the challenge of the highly complex pieces, and there are so many that you'll never speed it up with repetition. Patience is no longer with watching a puzzle worker try to figure it out, but with one's own mind and processing the endless relationships between shapes and images to find the right fit. The impatient person might be tempted to take out a hammer or some scissors to trim and glue parts to make them fit just to speed up the process. If a person did this with the entire puzzle, there might not be any gaps, but the overall picture wouldn't look like much because it was forced. Quite often in anything we do, an element of patience is required to observe, size things together, and look for where and how things fit together before trying to put things in their place. Forcing things just so you'll have fewer extraneous pieces will foul up the overall picture. Over the years, I've been told by a lot of people that I have the patience of Job, so to speak, or that I have just a lot of patience, and that they could never work with people the way I do. I don't think that's true, but maybe they just haven't worked enough puzzles because people, you see, are like puzzles. We are complex, million-piece puzzles with no edge pieces, and the image on the front can be constantly changing. Finding the right fit can be not only difficult, but inconsistent. Our pieces aren't permanently cut, but rather we have the capacity to mold ourselves if necessary, at least to some extent. That requires patience on a far different level than working with a puzzle cut out of cardboard. The greatest amount of patience is required when you are working with your own pieces, and I mean when you are not only the puzzle solver, but also the puzzle. Fitting your pieces into a career, relationships, the world in general, your genealogy, your own expectations of yourself, your past resentments and regrets, your dreams, your goals, and your current emotional state can require so much patience that a lot of people just give up. But you'll never figure out your fit if you give up. Life throws us an additional challenge to this level of puzzle solving by changing the picture now and then. When people in our lives die, and we have no image on a box to keep referencing, or they move away, all we know at that point is that the fit we thought we were finding has permanently changed, and so we start over in some respects. For a lot of my life, I felt like a puzzle piece without a puzzle because I felt like I just never fit anywhere. You might feel like that, or you might know someone who is struggling to find their fit, like a child working that first 9-piece puzzle. Be patient with them, and be patient with yourself, because if I found how my pieces fit into this world, anyone can. I think the first thing to know is that you have no extra pieces, and you are not an extra unnecessary piece. You fit somehow, and everyone you know fits somehow. Just keep trying a piece here and there, and you'll figure it out because all of creation is conspiring in your favor. Trust that the universe always has your back. Deepak Chopra once said, "There are no extra pieces in the universe. Everyone is here because he or she has a place to fill, and every piece must fit itself into the big jigsaw puzzle." Thank you for taking the time to listen today. Please help keep this podcast going by following the Motivational Devotional Facebook page, following @Threefold Way Radio on Twitter, and sharing the written format of today's message from motivational-devotional.com on your social media. I am deeply grateful for your support, and thank you for letting Motivational Devotional be part of your journey. Peace out. See you tomorrow. Motivational Devotional is a production of Threefold Way Radio, LLC.